As sustainability becomes increasingly relevant in today's world, higher education institutions have played an instrumental role in encouraging sustainable development, whether that be through education, research, operations, community partnerships, and more. The university's specific role in the world, a typically credible organization that functions like a smaller version of a society, gives it a special opportunity to integrate sustainable practices into its community and inspire and prepare students, faculty, and visitors to make a difference. Universities can reach these goals through a variety of approaches, but change championed by the administration, students, and faculty, or a mix of both, referred to as top down or bottom up methods, are most common. Although promoting and advancing sustainability at the university level is important, it does come with its challenges, which are also significant to keep in mind. Overall, sustainable universities play an essential role in sustainable development through their pioneering of new practices, their visible place in society, and their education of future generations, giving them a special ability to create and influence change. There are several strategies that universities can undertake to incorporate sustainability into curriculum. The first one is creating a sustainability specific course that increases students' knowledge of sustainability and what they can do to make an impact. It is also important to increase the availability of these courses to students so that prerequisites or choice of major does not prevent them from enrolling. Another way to integrate sustainability into the curriculum is by incorporating concepts across the curriculum and infusing them in all courses at a university, regardless of the discipline. Finally, creating a sustainability related major is another way to increase the representation of sustainability in the university curriculum. Between 2006 and 2012, sustainability degree programs in the United States increased from 1 to 140. Sustainability competencies are the knowledge, skills, and attitudes needed for an individual to be able to address sustainability changes. These competencies include concepts such as systems thinking and ethical thinking. Sustainability competencies can be addressed in both curricular and co-curricular efforts, although it is more likely that formal curriculum would be more explicit about doing so. Competencies are defined in a way that can accommodate all topical knowledge required for successful problem solving in a particular context. Competencies in sustainability are complexes of knowledge, skills, and attitudes that enable successful task performance and problem solving related to real world sustainability problems, challenges, and opportunities. A set of 5 key competencies in sustainability synthesized from the literature have received quite some attention over the past few years and have been used in sustainability programs at universities around the world. The key competencies are systems thinking competence, futures thinking or anticipatory competence, values thinking or normative competence, strategic thinking competence, and interpersonal or collaboratory or transdisciplinary competence. Graduates who are competent in systems thinking are able to analyze sustainability problems cutting across different domains or sectors and scales from both local to global, thereby applying systems concepts including systems ontologies, cause-effect structures, cascading effects, inertia, feedback loops, structurization, etc. Graduates who are competent in futures thinking are able to anticipate how sustainability problems might evolve or occur over time, considering inertia, path dependencies, and triggering events, as well as creating and crafting sustainable and desirable future visions, considering evidence supported alternative development pathways. Graduates who are competent in values or normative thinking are able to specify, compare, apply, reconcile, and negotiate sustainability values, principles, goals, and targets informed by concepts of justice, equity, responsibility, etc. in various processes, including visioning, assessment, and evaluation. Graduates who are competent in strategic thinking are able to design and implement systemic interventions, transformational actions, and transition strategies towards sustainability, accounting for unintended consequences and cascading effects. They are able to develop intentional plans that leverage assets and stakeholder coordination to overcome systemic inertia, path dependencies, and other barriers to reach envisioned outcomes. And finally, graduates who have acquired interpersonal competence are able to motivate, enable, and facilitate collaboration towards sustainability. This requires core skills related to project group management, communication, deliberation, negotiation, collaboration, leadership, understanding, and empathy, empathetic listening, and engagement. When a primary or secondary school, whether it's a sixth grade or higher education college, embarks on creating a sustainability strategy, there are several crucial factors to consider. Involving stakeholders from the beginning of the process is key, as is understanding the vital components which make the strategy a success. Many schools understand the basic of what needs to change and may even have implemented the first steps in doing so. Nevertheless, it is extremely useful to develop a strategic plan which will help prioritize issues and make sure that goals are reached. 1. Activate the school community. You may have already made efforts through an eco club or green week to raise the consciousness of staff and pupils. We challenge you to go further. A more integrated approach will ensure that all staff, governors, pupils, parents, and even wider community are involved throughout the school year. For example, you can encourage your pupils to establish their commitment through house-led competitions using the point system to entice students to participate and make sustainability a part of their daily lives. Number 2, find your key issues. It is recommended that an audit of your current social and environmental practices along with input from all stakeholders. This is the materiality assessment during which you can find the most relevant and important issues for your school, take stock of which procedures are in place, and identify any gaps. Baseline measurements may cover some of the issues you would expect, such as emissions, water usage, and waste. Assessing your past and existing utility bills, expense reports, and mileage all contribute to an overall picture. It can be investigated further using social and environmental issues according to the stakeholder input. Number 3, think broadly. It is a good idea to investigate what's going on in your region. Look into community initiatives and get your school involved if possible. It may be that you can join forces with local organizations to bring change or champion certain projects like the Surfers Against Sewage campaign or plastic-free schools. Where does your school hold its bank account and any other funds? Many of the large historic banks sink very low in the viewpoint of ethical consumer due to their investment in fossil fuels and other questionable practices. Number 4, commit to change. With your stakeholder involvement in place, you are ready to commit to change. Think about the values of the school and how you would incorporate sustainability with the school values and strategic plan. Establish clear guidelines so everyone knows their individual and collective role and develop achievable goals. These can be both internal and external, including the house competitions mentioned as well as nationally recognized accreditations. Bringing the sustainability strategy and goals in line with the broader strategic plan will help with the engagement of governors and the wider school community. Number 5, communicate your sustainability strategy. It's important to communicate your strategy in its embryonic stages as well as at implementation and beyond. Thoughtful consideration to positioning, leadership, website content, and so forth all your communications is key. Gathering your achievements and credentials and showcasing these to your audience will form part of the overall strategy. To assess the strategy's effectiveness, it is recommended that an annual review be done, which can be presented as a sustainability report. Getting sustainability concepts integrated into core curricula has been only mildly successful. The main challenges are teacher workload and time constraints, as well as funding limitations for training resources and field trips. Offering professional development and resources for teaching sustainability by partnering with universities, business, and industry, and community groups that share common sustainability related objectives. Also, aligning sustainability education content and objectives with current academic standards is an ongoing challenge. Expanding teacher certification to include the integration of sustainability across the core of K-12 classrooms is definitely needed to help expand sustainability in the classroom. One of the major challenges for higher education institutions in the last decade has been, and will continue to be, the integration of sustainability into their curricula and the development of sustainability competencies in students. Education for sustainability can help prepare students to meet the challenges of making societies more sustainable. However, as a first step towards this goal, teachers need to incorporate education for sustainability into their teaching. Education for Sustainability describes the efforts to teach undergraduate and graduate students about sustainability so that they have the knowledge, skills, and attitudes needed to address sustainability challenges in their lives or careers. This work can be carried out by incorporating sustainability content directly into curriculum and by promoting extracurricular activities that increase students' awareness of sustainability issues and practices. Because every university is different and therefore addresses sustainability issues differently, there is not a single one size fits all definition for sustainability, a sustainable university. This is similar to the fact that there is not a single solution to sustainability issues, but rather a range of diverse answers. Even though the specific ways people describe a sustainable university differ, a sustainable university can be described as an institution that integrates sustainable practices into various areas of their programs while also encouraging students, faculty, and visitors to consider and reduce the impacts they have on the world. Not only does a sustainable university implement these practices, but they also provide education for future generations, support research endeavors, and collaborate with external groups to ensure their community is a place that is environmentally, economically, and socially viable to persist into the future. Another key characteristic of sustainable universities is that they help support sustainable development in their communities and around the world. It is also significant to note that sustainable universities are not only focused on diminishing their negative effects on the environment, instead, they contribute to practices that lead to higher levels of social and economic well being, both in their community and in the world. Overall, sustainable universities are institutes that not only encourage and utilize greener ways of life among their students and faculty, but also advance a more equitable and just community for all. Once a commitment to sustainability at an educational institution is made, the next step is to assess their effectiveness. In K through 12 schools, learning indicators have been established in sustainability and can be incorporated into assessments. In higher education, indicators have been taken from the STARS program, which we will talk about shortly, including curricular and co-curricular education operations, climate change mitigation, and energy reduction, purchasing, waste, transportation, dining services, and planning and administration. Benchmarking is a process of comparing the environmental and sustainability performance of different organizations or units within an organization. A direct assessment is accomplished by examining samples of student work such as presentations or portfolios. Indirect assessment is gathering information about student learning by examining indicators other than student work and output, often done with a survey. There are numerous external rating systems that help determine how sustainable a university is, which allows universities to track their progress in meeting their sustainability goals and compare their practices with others. These assessments also provide them with the opportunity to share these best practices with key administrators, external partners, and other community members. Analyzing the systems can help them plan where they want to go next and what best steps could be for achieving their goals. In the next several slides, we'll look at several of these external benchmarking systems. Perhaps the most well-known organization that promotes university sustainability is the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education. This group serves all stakeholders of universities, including facilities, operations, students, faculty, administrators, and staff. They provide a great deal of information on best practices that can be undertaken by any of these stakeholders, and they also provide some benchmarking tools for assessing sustainability initiatives. The Association for Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education holds a conference each year that brings together students, faculty, staff, and administrators to discuss current issues. Most universities in the United States are members of this organization. The STARS assessment carried out through the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education allows U.S. and Canadian institutions all around the world to self-report their sustainability efforts. Their Sustainable Campus Index is released annually, focusing on categories such as buildings, campus engagement, energy, food and dining, transportation, waste, water, and more. They award bronze, silver, gold, and platinum seals to universities depending on how many points they receive in various categories of sustainability. This highlights the top universities overall as well as the top ranked institutions in each category. Points can be earned in the academic category within the context of sustainability curriculum and research. Points in the engagement category are earned by providing opportunities for campus and public engagement. Some ways that points can be earned is by having sustainability information available during student orientation or by having university community partnerships or established community engagement operations. Points can be earned in the university operations category in several classifications, including air and climate, buildings, dining services, energy, grounds, purchasing, transportation, waste, and water. Finally, points can be earned in planning and administration in the themes of 1. Coordination, planning, and governance, 2. Diversity and affordability, 3. Health, well-being, and work, and 4. Investment. Universities can also earn points with an innovation category for initiatives that do not fit into the other categories. The Climate Leadership Network is a signature program of Second Nature that provides resources, networking, and national engagement opportunities for signatory institutions. The presidents and chancellors signing the commitments are publicly demonstrating with their actions that addressing climate and sustainability issues are central to the education, research, and service mission of higher education to help create a thriving and civil society. The presidents are making these commitments because of the scientific consensus largely coming from higher education experts that reversing and becoming more resilient to climate disruption is an urgent priority to accelerate human progress in the United States and the world. The focus is on serving as role models for the rest of society in demonstrating that shifting away from fossil fuels can provide economic and other social benefits, as well as the environmental benefits needed to support our large and growing global civilization. Signatories are colleges and universities in nearly all 50 states who are taking action on climate change and preparing students through research and education. Higher education institutions whose president or chancellor have made a formal commitment with respect to climate leadership on their campuses are signing on to at least one of the president's climate leadership commitments, becoming Climate Leadership Network signatories. There are three main commitments. The climate commitment integrates carbon neutrality with climate resilience and provides a systems approach to mitigating and adapting to a changing climate. The carbon commitment is focused on reducing greenhouse gas emissions and achieving carbon neutrality as soon as possible. And finally, the resilience commitment is focused on climate adaptation and community capacity building to deal with a changing climate and resulting extremes. The Sierra Club's Cool School rating targets universities in Canada and the US. They use the STARS program mentioned earlier as a jumping off point to rank their top schools. They send a second survey to participating schools asking them what they have done to prevent their campus from using and contributing to fossil fuel usage. Also, their scores give specific categories increased weight, such as air and climate and public engagement, because those factors align directly with the Sierra Club's values. Tree Campus Higher Education was founded in 2008 to foster a tradition of excellence in tree planting across campuses in the United States. The program provides a simple framework for colleges and universities to grow their community forests, achieve national recognition, and create campuses their students and staff are proud of. A commitment to trees can significantly reduce the amount of energy your campus and community needs to generate. Planting and maintaining trees absorbs carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, mitigating the effects of climate change. Green space provides important mental health benefits to students, faculty, and staff, as well as encourages physical activity. Involving students in tree-related service learning projects helps educate the next generation about the importance of caring for the environment. In the next section, we take a look at internal initiatives that universities can implement to become leaders in sustainable practices. Universities have become increasingly important institutions worldwide. They serve as centers of community life and are neutral organizations which are often viewed as a source of credible knowledge. This is significant because they can use this knowledge to collaborate with other external stakeholders and contribute to the development of new solutions for addressing sustainability challenges, which are often extremely complex and embedded in a variety of different systems. In addition, they have become leaders when it comes to the implementation of new and innovative solutions. In the case of universities, innovation can entail enhancing any part of their systems, whether that be improving daily functions of the university to maximize efficiency, making new research discoveries, or employing best practices in educating students. Universities are often viewed as having a moral responsibility to promote sustainable practices because universities provide education for the next generation of young adults who will enter the workforce. As sustainability issues become more challenging and deeply embedded in our world each day, graduates with a knowledge of the world they live in and will be faced with in the coming years become incredibly valuable assets. Therefore, universities have a moral responsibility not just to strengthen environmentally friendly practices and economically and socially beneficial systems, but also to ensure that their graduates are educated about sustainability topics and understand how they can take action. The sustainable university plays a huge role in its community and the world, both because it serves as an example for other institutions and community members and because it retains a responsibility for educating future generations about how to live properly in the world. These two characteristics show why university maintains such an unparalleled place in society and why sustainable universities are so necessary. Research refers to the work carried out by faculty and students at higher education institutions that allow them to gain a better understanding of specific environmental, economic, and social concepts that relate to today's sustainability challenges. These studies are performed by researchers from a variety of departments, including humanities, earth sciences, business, engineering, and health management and policy. Research can expand current knowledge about sustainability issues and contribute towards the development of strategies to mitigate these problems. The increase of interdisciplinary work and strong faculty and student engagement with sustainability challenges are crucial elements for advancing sustainability research. Research around sustainability has increased in recent years. Sustainability science has now become its own branch of study. In addition, there has been an increase in the amount of peer-reviewed journals dedicated to sustainability. One specific way that universities can promote this research among their students and faculty is by supporting interdisciplinary work and real-world sustainability projects. This interdisciplinary research is incredibly important for sustainability issues. Different disciplines must be linked during this process because in reality, sustainability challenges involve the interconnectedness of a variety of different subjects. Other strategies that universities can use to advance sustainability research include outlining how university-wide research goals can best align with relevant topics and providing awards and other recognition for those who engage in sustainability content. A university's operations can be defined as the everyday services they provide in order to continue functioning properly. Some of these actions include building construction and management, on-campus transportation, waste disposal, energy and water procurement, food system and vendor selection, and acquisition of materials. Considering where and how the university spends money is also relevant. Sustainable universities focus on how they can integrate environmentally, economically, and socially beneficial practices into their everyday tasks. This can be seen by encouraging green building design, greener transportation, recycling, and proper energy and water management. A university's decision can also incorporate sustainability practices through their acquisition of items like food and materials from local vendors, which would enrich their town's economy and create partnerships with nearby farmers or other community members. Making more sustainable choices campus-wide can benefit the entire university population as well as nearby residents. For instance, reducing greenhouse gas emissions and making nutritious food choices have positive impacts on the health of many students, faculty, and visitors. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is one important way universities can become more sustainable. Some approaches to accomplish this include creating meters on all types of buildings to track their efficiency in terms of electricity and water. Another strategy is to use renewable energy sources. Finally, universities can reduce emissions from vehicles on campus by incorporating electric vehicles into their on-campus shuttle system, implementing bike share programs, and organizing carpooling programs. Another significant way to integrate sustainability into a campus daily function is to reduce campus waste generation and contribution to landfills. Many universities hold donation programs at the end of the year where students can donate unwanted items to nonprofit organizations or to future incoming college students. And other strategies include banning the use of plastic bags and plastic water bottles on campus, building student awareness of recycling and composting through demonstrations, and placing more recycling bins in buildings and classrooms. Food systems are also an important way to recognize a university's commitment to sustainability. Strategies that are commonly used include locally sourcing food, reducing chemical pesticide use, purchasing goods from fair trade organizations, creating organic kitchens, composting food waste, and encouraging diners to avoid using trays. Arguably, one of the most energy efficient changes made in dining halls across America is doing away with trays. Colleges have gone trayless because it takes so much energy to clean them. Removing trays from dining halls has also reduced food waste. When diners don't have a tray, they tend not to carry excess food. Since eliminating trays, Aramark, a company that handles food services, says in addition to reducing use and cost of energy and food, waste has dropped as much as 30% per person on days when trays weren't used in cafeterias. Reusable takeout containers are another key component of many college dining sustainability programs. It is against health code to bring in your own container to dining halls due to the possibility of food contamination. University dining services across the country have ditched disposable takeout containers and now sell students reusable, eco-friendly takeout containers. Students can pack their meal to go and then return the container for a new clean one. With more students preferring to eat on the run, sustainability minded schools are making a push to reduce disposable utensils. Universities have given the gift of eco promotional products, reusable utensil sets to incoming freshmen participating in on campus dining programs. Students can take clean utensils from the bin and return them to the bins to be cleaned. Community partnerships refers to a university's collaboration with external partners in their community and society. Strategies for partnering with the community include hosting lectures or events on sustainability topics, collaborating with decision makers and other key stakeholders on specific issues, and engaging with other universities to learn and work with them. Working with local stakeholders can come in the form of developing solutions and best practices for improved energy efficiency, the creation of smart grids, and the usage of renewable technology, among others. Partnering with community members or organizations is beneficial because sustainability issues require people from a variety of backgrounds to work together to increase the likelihood that a problem will be addressed adequately. Because knowledge is more likely to be used if it is relevant and trusted in the community, these university community partnerships help transform academic knowledge to local action.